drama. Fabrizio Romano shares two signings Liverpool could make after Ekitike. Liverpool are closing in on the signing of Eintracht Frankfurt striker Hugo Ekitike, and Fabrizio Romano, writing in his exclusive GivenSport newsletter, has provided an update on their next move in the transfer market. After a busy summer transfer window so far, Liverpool's latest move has seen them close in on Ekitike as they look to bolster their forward options. The French striker has arrived in the UK ahead of completing a medical at the Merseyside club after the two clubs agreed a deal for the centre-forward. Ekitike joins a host of players who have made the move to Anfield since the summer window opened. Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez have also signed on the dotted line, with the Reds showing they mean business as they prepare for the 2025-2026 campaign. Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool's next move after Ekitike, they could sign a defender and a forward. Writing in his exclusive GivenSport newsletter, Romano was asked whether Liverpool could look to sign another forward and a defender once they've completed a deal to sign Ekitike. The respected reporter confirms that adding another player in each position is a possibility, but it will depend on funds and opportunities. Liverpool have built a squad which will undoubtedly be capable of pushing for the Premier League title once again, but there's still a chance they continue to bring in reinforcements. Adding a centre-back could be their next priority, with Ibrahima Konate having 1 year left on his deal, while Jarell Quansah departed earlier in the window to join Bayer Leverkusen. Adding a left winger could also be next on the shortlist, with Luis Diaz linked with a departure. Liverpool have minimal natural options to play on the left-hand side and could do with a specialist player for this position. "I've been at Liverpool and Newcastle, this is what Alexander Isak will be thinking." Former Liverpool striker Dean Saunders, who later coached Newcastle United, on Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak and the summer of transfers for the Reds. Former Liverpool striker Dean Saunders believes Alexander Isak would be keen to make a transfer move to Anfield this summer, not least because of the business that the Reds have already done this summer. After pinning Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk down to new 2-year deals, Liverpool has brought in Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez, and is now on the verge of confirming Hugo Ekitike. "It's amazing how Liverpool do business," Saunders, who scored 25 goals in 61 appearances for the Reds in the early 1990s, tells Liverpool.com. "Ekitike looks a good player. He didn't do so well at PSG, but he had a good season last season and he's a bit of an all-rounder. You just wonder where he is going to play." Ekitike is a goal scorer and the whole squad looks tremendous. "I've heard people say he needs a bit of work on his finishing and in his general play, and he needs coaching along and bringing up to speed. But for £70 million, normally Liverpool buy the finished article." Darwin Núñez getting a hat-trick against Stoke was a good sign because he's under pressure. "Whether they sell him or not, I don't know, but we can all see a player in there. You wouldn't be surprised if he got 25 goals for anybody if he left Liverpool. But he does conjure up and somehow miss a chance he should score. I hope he stays at Liverpool. The fans love him because he works hard. He chases defenders down." Elsewhere, Liverpool has added plenty more quality too. "Florian Wirtz is a great player," Saunders says. "For me, he's a bit of Jack Grealish, a bit of James Maddison, and a bit of Philippe Coutinho. He's got his socks down, and he goes past people like they're not there." There are rumors that Luis Diaz is going, but I think Liverpool sent a message to the world when they re-signed Mohamed Salah. "We mean business." And then Virgil van Dijk signed. The players, they all want to sign because Salah and Van Dijk signed. So it's hard to look past them for the title, isn't it? It is not too hard to see why a move to Anfield might be appealing to certain transfer targets like Alexander Isak, for instance, either. It's hard to turn Liverpool down when they look like the favourites to win the Champions League and the favourites to win the Premier League. Saunders, speaking on behalf of Isak, is loved by all the fans at Newcastle, but I think all the fans would understand if Liverpool come calling, then you have got to consider it. It would be a blow for Newcastle to lose him. He is their best player and Newcastle have got the richest owners in the world. It's a bit frustrating right now for Eddie Howe. Liverpool hero makes crazy Hugo Ekitike admission with comparison to ex-Red star. Eintracht Frankfurt striker Hugo Ekitike is on the brink of joining Liverpool, and he has been backed to succeed by another Frenchman who joined the Reds 21 years ago. Former Liverpool striker Djibril Cissé said that Hugo Ekitike would have been crazy to turn down the chance to join Liverpool. The French striker is on the brink of formalising his move to Merseyside, having travelled to London for a medical on Tuesday ahead of a planned flight to China to link up with his new teammates. Arne Slot and his players are currently in Hong Kong ahead of a friendly with AC Milan this weekend, before next week sees the team travel to Yokohama to take on Yokohama F. Marinos. The excitement among Liverpool fans surrounding the new season is palpable following the signings of Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong, and Cissé believes Ekitike will prove to be another good signing for the Reds. He's coming off a very good season in Frankfurt, Cissé told L'Equipe. Before, it was a little more complicated, when he was at PSG. He should have gone to a club somewhere between Reims and Paris, in 2023. But I think he'll adapt to Liverpool's game. Explaining Ekitike's play style, Cissé said the Frenchman is a bit of a target man. Cissé said, he's a bit like Peter Crouch, all things considered, he's the only one in the squad. The coach will be able to take advantage of that. We shouldn't perhaps expect him to be a starter all the time from the start. There's Mohamed Salah and a few great players up front. Ekitike will especially have to get used to the intensity and impact of England. In Germany, he perhaps had a little more time to express himself. In the Premier League, this is what will shock him the most. Cissé, who spent 2 seasons at Liverpool between 2004 and 2006, was asked whether it is difficult to wear the Reds jersey. No, he responded. It's a very important jersey, full of history. This jersey carries you, doesn't weigh you down. It makes you want to please this crowd. I'm very happy that Ekitike is experiencing this. Asked whether Ekitike is making the right decision in joining Liverpool, Cissé responded, he would have been crazy not to go, especially. After that, he'll have to perform. But with what he's showing, at club level and with the France U21s, he's not the same as he was in Paris. He's regained his confidence, the desire to play, he's trying crazy things and, above all, he's succeeding. Inevitable that PL star joins Liverpool as Reds expect €80 million improved offer from Bayern for Diaz. Liverpool are bracing themselves for an improved offer from Bayern Munich for Luis Diaz with Anthony Gordon on their list of replacements, according to reports. The Reds are looking to build on last season's success after Arne Slot, who succeeded Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, won the Premier League title in his first campaign at Anfield. And the Liverpool board have already shown their backing for the Dutchman by bringing Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong to the Premier League champions, while Eintracht Frankfurt striker Hugo Ekitike will follow in the coming days. There is speculation that Liverpool are not done there, but the Reds' attention could turn to outgoings with lots of interest in some of their players, with Diaz, Ibrahima Konate, Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott amongst those attracting admiring glances. Diaz is the subject of strong interest from German champions Bayern Munich, with the Colombia international reportedly keen to move to the Bavarians this summer. Liverpool have already rejected a bid worth €67.5 million for Diaz, but transfer journalist Ben Jacobs has now revealed that Bayern Munich are prepared to pay up to €80 million for the winger, and they are set to make an improved offer. Read, top 10 available defensive midfielders features potentially significant Man United sale. Jacobs wrote on X, Bayern Munich set to make an improved offer for Luis Diaz and are prepared to pay up to €80 million. Liverpool rejected a €67.5 million bid, but Bayern remain intent on testing #LFC's not for sale stance. Real Madrid's Rodrigo has already been named as a potential replacement for Diaz, but the name of Newcastle United's Gordon also keeps coming up. And TBR football chief correspondent Graham Bailey reveals that Gordon might be one that comes back on the agenda for Liverpool if they sell Diaz this summer. So there's a few dominoes to fall here, but Anthony Gordon and Liverpool might be one that comes back on the agenda. If Diaz goes, I wouldn't rule Gordon out. I think if Diaz, the left-sided player, goes, Liverpool will bring someone in. Obviously, we know they've talked to Rodrigo, but Gordon is very much in that conversation for them. We know he's a player they've talked about signing before. We know his club is Liverpool after they emerged as an option when he left Everton. So Gordon is a very interesting one. Bailey added, I'm not for 1 minute saying he's unhappy at Newcastle, but he didn't end the season on a high. He was battling and got dropped at times. Gordon would walk to Liverpool, it's his hometown club. He loves them. He wants to play for them. I think it's inevitable Gordon will join Liverpool at some point, whether it's this summer, next, or the year after. But I think he will end up at Anfield at some point.